Happy Wednesday, everybody. I am here to speak to those people who feel like they've been in the process, they're not manifesting, it doesn't seem, no matter what they're doing, nothing is coming through. And I'm here with some news that's going to be very illuminating, but also potentially a little triggering for you. And that is because if you are not being tested, you are not stepping out of your comfort zone enough. Again, if you are not being tested, it's because you're still a little too cushy in your process and potentially being a little too self-protective or even precious, right? So people are always surprised when we have sessions because I'll say, here's the work that you're going to go through. Here are your actionable steps. They're really excited. Then I say, look out for tests around A, B, and C. And then they'll ask me, how do you know these tests are going to happen? And I know that because if you do the work the way that I'm explaining to you, these are the challenges you're going to be met with. People like to think sometimes with this work that it's all about closing your eyes and just doing the subconscious piece and then everything comes to meet you where you are. That's not at all what happens. There are so many different parts and moving parts to this, from doing the subconscious work, finding expanders, seeing it in real time so you actually see it to believe it, and also taking action. And when we're not taking action, we don't get tested. And action doesn't have to be jumping off of cliffs. I've said this 9 million times. I am not someone who tells people to jump off of cliffs because I think a lot of times we don't know where we're jumping to. And if it doesn't end well, then we're gonna say, oh, well, that was unsuccessful, so I'm never gonna do that again. I'm just gonna stay small and stay safe. But taking action can be something as simple as if you're working on your confidence and you're in a group of friends, and normally when people are discussing something that you wouldn't give an opinion on, take that opportunity to exercise this confidence. Create a space for yourself to use your voice. Do it with your family. Do something that's a little out of your comfort zone. Push through it, right? So that you can feel what it feels like to work through something, even if it's really minor. Because when we do that, what we're actually doing is, in addition to expanding ourselves in that moment, we are actually changing the lens that we're viewing life through. If we continue seeing things, saying things, and showing up the way that we always have, in the ways that are familiar, we're going to be met with familiar results. That's why tests are a really good sign of whether or not you are putting yourself in situations for growth. Now, before everybody comes for me, I just want to be very clear about this. I don't mean throw yourself in triggering situations where you are unsafe. However, I do mean put yourself in situations that are a little tiny bit bigger than where you feel you are. Create that environment. If you're the quiet, silent friend who never suggests or says where they want to go to eat, say that's where you want to go to eat. Use your voice, because what's going to happen is people around you are going to have a reaction. And it's that reaction and overcoming that reaction that actually helps you pass that test, because you are calling in the experiences that you need for your growth. That's what a test is. It's not that we make the subconscious decision to show up differently and things magically appear. We make that subconscious decision, we do the work around it, we take action, and then when we take that action, as soon as situations come up that feel challenging to us, it's because our perspective shifted on the way we're seeing ourselves in the world. If we weren't doing this work, we probably wouldn't even step into those new situations. So that's how we get tested, and that's how to step through it. So if you still feel confused, because a lot of people will say, well, I don't know how to do an actionable step. This is an amazing time to have a coaching session. We are trained in this. This is what we did in our own process. And I'm not saying even with me, whoever you feel aligned with, trust that. Take that little jump, trust your instinct, because we know how to help you navigate through this work. We know how to take inventory on what's in your life to help you find your blocks. We know the homework to give you. We know that